Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Gitogo, and if this is your first time of watching any of my videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. I'm a Lagos-based YouTuber. I make videos about lifestyle, travel, and freelancing. So if these are the kind of content that you'd like to see, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. Hit home. This is a topic that hits home. Last year, you guys know what happened in South Africa as regards Nigerians in South Africa, the whole xenophobia thing, and how a bunch of people were killed and all that. So the hashtag trended. The owner of Peace Mass Transit, the owner of Air Peace actually donated his flight to bring Nigerians who are in South Africa home. And while we are thinking that that is over, because for the past weeks here, we've been dealing with a whole lot of issues in Nigeria as black people all over the world. We've been dealing with the Black Lives Matter thing, where black people have been murdered unjustly just because of their skin color. In Nigeria, we've been dealing with the rising rape cases and a bunch of stuff. And only for me to come to Twitter today to see a hashtag trend in Nigerians must fall by South Africans blaming Nigerians for it's so funny, blaming Nigerians for a whole lot of things, calling Nigerians devils, drug addicts, witches, evil people that are killing their women. Like, hold up, everybody knows that South Africa is a dangerous place for human beings to live, not even women. It is a dangerous place for human beings to live, especially women. We know that Nigeria is not that great for women either, but then when you compare it to South Africa, it's like a paradise. Okay, Nigeria is not great for women anyway because of the whole abuse and a bunch of things that goes on here, but compared to South Africa, Nigeria is a paradise because there women get murdered almost all the time, women get raped almost all the time. And then to now pin these crimes that South African men actually commit, or South African men actually do as regards their women, or Nigerian men trying to trend your hashtag Nigeriamustfall, I think it is, I'm looking for a stronger word for disgusting, and it is clearly madness. I mean, last week or the past weeks, we've always been talking about Black Lives Matter. We've always been talking about how it's important to unite as African Americans and Africans generally, because once you step your foot out of Africa, you are a black person. So it's very important to understand the struggles and the pain that your fellow brothers and sisters who are African Americans go through. But then in the same African continent where we are always preaching Africa unite, Africa we are one, Africa, and this is what is happening, like this is what you guys are trending on social media as regards your own Nigerian brothers, your own African brothers. And to even think that some of you were saying that African Americans should come back to Africa because of the whole racism thing that is going on in America. So this is what they should come back to. Are you joking? They should come back to Africa to witness this whole hate and fight against one another, where South Africans are blaming Nigerians for their misfortunes. Like, I love the relationship that Nigerians and Ghanaians have. It is not the best relationship, but then there's an understanding. It's just bands. Like, we're fighting for jollof rice, who owns better jollof rice and the better accents, and just a bunch of stuff that you know that it is all banned, it is not toxic, it is not violent at all. But what is going on in South Africa right now, if care is not taken, it is going to be violent, and it's not funny at all. I'm just like, what's happening, what's going on? Like, in May we were talking about how Africa should unite, and Wode Maya even has a video for that, like talking about how it's important for us as Africans to be one, to unite, to talk about the issues that we're actually facing in Africa and see how we can do better. And all of a sudden today in June, you guys are already trying to Nigeriamustfall with the most stupid tweets that I have ever seen in my life. Like, I am disgusting is just I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. I'm just like, really, this is what you guys are trending. Like, this is what you guys are trending in June 2020. This is what you guys are trending after the whole xenophobia thing that happened last year, and we thought, oh, that's like the end of it. This is what you guys are trending right now. I don't know. I don't know, we always say that we are one in Africa, but how is this us being one? Like, most South African men are very violent. It's a dangerous place to live for women, and then I think yesterday or 2 days ago, a pregnant woman was killed by her boyfriend, her South African boyfriend, and all of a sudden is a Nigerian that killed. Like, are people joking? Like, pinning all your crimes on Nigerians, pinning drugging your ladies, pinning raping your ladies, pinning making the place very unsafe for ladies. It's now Nigerians' fault or something. That they should go back to their country. You don't want them in your country. They are drug addicts. They are prostitutes, they are human traffickers, they are a bunch of stuff, they are not doing your country any good, they are stealing your jobs, they are, please get over yourself and your inferiority complex. Honestly, get over yourself and your inferiority complex that is actually disturbing you right now, because there's no explanation whatsoever for this tweet that I'm seeing on Twitter. There's no explanation for what is going on social media right now. There's no reason why that stupid hashtag Nigeriamustfall should be trending on Twitter at this point, when we have other important issues that we are actually looking at, when we're talking about Black Lives Matter and racism, and then in Africa that is supposed to be one, in quote, in Africa that we're supposed to unite and we're supposed to be together and we're supposed to be brothers and sisters, be our brothers keepers. You guys are already showing that you hate Nigerians so much and then you want them out of your country. And I heard that some of you were tweeting that African Americans should come back to Africa. So this is what you want them to come back to? This place that there's no peace, this place that African Unite is a scam. Well, whatever has been talking about it for a while, and you guys seem to be agreeing with him, but then doing something entirely different from what he's talking about. Like, he said that we are brothers and sisters in Africa, and even if the world is against us, we're supposed to unite as a continent to like fight this prejudice that people have as regards Africa. And then you guys seem like you agree with what he's saying, and then you just turn around and start saying something else on social media. You start messianing, you start talking nonsense about exactly what is going on. I don't even know. Like, I don't know. It's just painful. It is annoying. It is painful. It is, I don't know. I just really hope that what happened last year will not happen again. I made a video as regards it because Nigerians were outraged as regards what was going on with South Africa, with Nigerians in South Africa, and then they took to the street to destroy some of the South African owned businesses like PEP, I think, ShopRite, MTN, MultiChoice, and a bunch of South African businesses that are thriving in Nigeria. So please, I don't want that kind of thing to repeat itself this year. Like, this year is already stressful. A pandemic, there are deaths everywhere, there's racism, there's rape, there are a whole lot of things happening. A whole lot of things are going on. And I don't think that it's a great idea to add fighting your own African brothers and calling them ritualists, calling them human traffickers, calling them evil spirits, and every other thing that you actually have to say about them. I don't think it makes any sense. So if you are a South African watching this video and you're among those tweeting those useless tweets on social media, you better respect yourself. You better watch yourself and mind what you're tweeting on social media. You better watch yourself and mind the kind of hate that you're actually igniting to your own African brothers. And if you're among those tweeting this rubbish and you open your mouth to even say Africa unite, I have no words to say about it. I have nothing to say about it. It's just really tiring, and I hope we can do better to understand that we are one, and really. And then if you are part of those who are making life miserable for people, especially men, making life miserable for women, raping them, drugging them, killing them because of whatever, please stop that. And I saw a tweet where a South African man was he put up this kind of meme. He was like, when he sees that a South African woman is dating a Nigerian man, and he's like, sad. That is the height of inferiority complex. People are allowed to date and sleep with whoever they want to date because they are adults and you don't have control over their life. So the fact that a South African woman is dating a Nigerian man does not mean that Nigerians are coming there to snatch your women. And did they point a gun at the woman's head and say, oh, you must accept me right now? They point a gun at the woman's head and they're like, you must date me. If not, the woman actually likes the Nigerian man that she's with. And so people are allowed to date and get married to whoever they want to get married to. So the fact that South African women are leaning towards Nigerian men most of the time does not mean that you just hate Nigerians totally, and you're calling them a whole lot of things that you know that they are not. That's like, that kind of generalization is very risky, and it's now, it's not the right time to even talk about it at all. I'm so pissed right now. I just, I'm not wearing any makeup, and that's how angry I am as regards this. And I just thought I should come on here and talk about it to make sure that you guys should just, I don't know, I don't know. I think that's all I have to say. Don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want. It's not my usual kind of content and all, but I just have to talk about this because I just have to talk about this.